Wayne and Joanna Connor for the blues break this morning. When was I first told to give up on my dreams? Good question. I was 7 years old. Young, ignorant, optimistic, sexually confused. I was in Mrs. Hunziger's class. She was teaching us about U.S. history. After talking about colonization for what felt like an eternity, we finally moved on to the American Revolution, and with that, General George Washington. I remember sitting in awe as Mrs. Hunziker described his many accolades, hero of the Revolution, a man of the people, and after the war, the very first and very noble President of the United States. When she finished the lecture, it was like a switch was flipped on in my little 7-year-old nog. I thought of what it would be like to be as brave, as earnest, as strong as President George Washington. And then it hit me. President George Washington. That's it. I figured it out. I need to be a manager at FedEx Kinko's. I was over the moon with excitement, ready to take on the world. I knew my purpose. It was as if all the puzzle pieces of life were finally coming together, and about time, too. Those 7 years of life were really tough. When class was over, I ran up to Mrs. Hunziker's desk to share the good news. I told her of my big dream, and she started laughing. She said, "Oh, Brock St. Clair, DJ at WMSV 91.1 weekday mornings from 8 to 10 sometime in the distant future. You think you can survive the hustle and bustle of the shipping, printing, copying, and binding business? Don't make me laugh. Yeah, no. Somebody like you wouldn't last a day." I felt tears welling up in my eyes, and I sprinted out of the classroom. I started my long walk home sobbing, wondering where I went wrong, when a man approached me. He was dressed in blue from head to toe, blue slacks, a blue button-down shirt, and blue suede shoes. He smiled as he approached me and asked, "Hey, are you okay?" I looked to him through misty eyes and told him the story. And as I finished, he had a look of understanding and compassion on his face. He said, "Worry not, my friend. I know just what you need." From a satchel on his hip, he pulled out a 1964 portable collapsible modular boombox and chloroform. He kidnapped me. I was gone for the next decade, and my mother had never been happier. But lucky for me, the radio was on in my kidnapper's van, and it was playing The Juke, my friend. That's right, The Juke. It's the show that airs every Sunday right here on WMSV, 6 p.m. to midnight. Blues music, blues that will give you a soft pat on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you managed that, Kinko's." Cage the Elephant up next for you. We got Cold, Cold, Cold. I'm Brock St. Clair. This is WMSV.